Hey Paula, did you buy Maria a new winter coat and put it on her before she went to school? That coat she had on this morning, that's new, right?
I bought that online because it was this month's special product and it was on sale.
I don't care where you bought it or if someone gave it to you. That's not what I care about. I honestly couldn't care less about this month or next month's special product. I already told you not to waste the money I worked so hard on for useless things just to try and look nice. Don't you remember that?
Well, it has been getting cold lately, so I thought I could get her a new one. Is that really something to fight over? It's just some cheap coat I saw online. It's nothing crazy.
She can just wear her coat from last year. Why do you have to buy her a new one? She doesn't need a new one. Is your head that empty that you can't understand even simple things like don't buy things that you don't need?
Ryan, Maria is growing and her body is growing because she's going through puberty. It's not like I bought her a $300 coat like other people usually do. All I did was buy her a $50 coat for winter because it looked nice and it was 80% off. Is that really something we need to be fighting about?
Last month, you bought her a new pair of shoes, and a week ago, you bought her a new sweater. Our daughter does not need a new clothing item every week. Plus, we can just try to give her hand-me-downs or get her used clothing since those are a lot cheaper. I know that you're sometimes an airhead, but how could you not even think of those kinds of simple things? We can't be spending money like how you are. I am working like a dog, sweating blood and tears just to earn money. And here you are, spending it like we can just pick money off tree branches.
If somebody hears you complain about my spending, they're gonna think that I'm wasting $5,000 every month. But all you give me every month that I need to budget is a measly $1,000. Don't act like you give me a lot of money.
Well, isn't $1,000 still money? Do you know how pathetic I have to be at work just to earn that $1,000? I have to always act like a servant to my bosses, and always have to be on the go to whatever they tell me to do. Plus, I always have to watch and listen to these guys who get promoted way faster than I do, and I feel like my eyes and ears are gonna bleed. I have to suffer so much just to earn money. The stress from work just piles up the moment my day starts all the way up until it ends. All this work stress is making my insomnia worse. And here you are just spending my hard-earned money like a princess, just staying at home and living life so comfortably. You should understand that I'm just so tired to earn money. Then you just complain about the money that I give you, saying that it's not enough. You are just so ungrateful.
Was I always a stay-at-home wife? No, I was working too. But I had to quit my work, where I was earning pretty good money because you had to be relocated by your company. I had to quit my career because of you, and had to take care of all the paperwork for Maria to transfer schools. All of that was also making me so exhausted. But of course, you never cared to understand how tired Maria and I are. All you care about is yourself. I told you that I could keep working even if it meant we only saw each other on the weekends, but you kept insisting that we have to live together because we are family. It has only been 2 months since I started this new lifestyle as a stay-at-home mom, yet you keep nagging me when I'm still adjusting to this new routine.
That's why I've been telling you to find a job here. Since you really don't want to stay at home, then you should just put in the effort to find a job in this place. If you really wanted to work, I'm sure you could find something to do and earn money. You are not a pig. You should not just lay down in bed all day and do nothing.
Ryan, we are here in the middle of nowhere in some countryside. There are barely any buildings here. Do you know how hard it is to find a job here?
Oh my gosh, Paula, now you're just coming up with excuses. Only lazy people will say there's no job to be done in the countryside. You know that there are fewer people living in the countryside, which means they need more people to be working, right? There are greenhouses here that need people to be picking strawberries daily. Or you could go to the local restaurant and apply for a waitress position, or maybe you can wash dishes there. There's even a local mart a few blocks down that needs a cashier. You can scan barcodes there and earn money. There's so much to do here to earn money. Saying that there is nothing to do is just an excuse.
Ryan, I have done office work ever since I started working, and you're telling me to do some farm work here? Or do work that I've never ever done before? If that was your plan, then you should have just came here by yourself. Why did you have to drag me here with you and make me suffer?
I really don't want to hear any excuses, so just hurry up and start looking for a job. Have you forgotten our family motto already? Those who do not work shall not eat. You remember that, right? Starting today, you can only eat twice daily until you find yourself a job. There are so many people who only eat one meal a day intentionally, so just eating one meal is doable. But I will be kind and let you eat two. Plus, just shower twice a week. No need to be showering every day. You aren't working anyway, so there's no need for you to clean yourself every day. Just do it once by the end of the week. Also, I saw on TV that people's skin improves and becomes healthier the less they shower, so that should be a plus for you. The water and gas bills these days are just super expensive, so if you guys just shower twice a week, we should be able to save a lot from that, don't you think?
If you really want to save up that much money, then why don't you do that yourself?
I am the one earning all the money, and I'm the head of the household. You think I should be held at the same standards as you? I have all the right to do whatever I want because I'm the one providing for you and our daughter, while you're not earning not even a penny. So you have no right to try and go against my words. I am telling you this again, but quit spending money so thoughtlessly and make sure you budget it right. You got that? If you get cold, don't use the heater. Just wear more layers underneath to keep yourself warm. And if it's still cold out, put some hot water in a bottle and use it as a handheld heater. Don't waste the electricity using the heater. It costs too much. When you go out to buy groceries, go before they close so that you can buy discounted ingredients instead of full price. Don't buy new clothes or shoes. Go to a thrift store and just buy used clothes. They're the same thing anyway, and they are way cheaper. When you're watching YouTube videos, avoid watching cooking videos, but watch money-saving tips instead. If you watch those cooking videos every day, it'll just heighten your appetite and make you want to buy food. That'll end up to our food spending, and we'll overspend if we do that. Are you listening to me? You heard every word I said, right?
What about you? You are the one who is not saving at all. You buy whatever you want and you always buy them new. Plus, you go out to eat with your friends and coworkers almost every 4 to 5 days. But here you are telling me and your daughter to save up, eat less, shower less. You are imposing your selfishness and self-centeredness on your wife and daughter like you have lost your mind. None of this makes sense, so I think I want to just end all this.
Hey Paula, was it you who ordered the some fried chicken? Have you been ordering delivery food while I was gone? You ordered this chicken, didn't you? I have been nagging you almost every day to save and save, yet you have not done so at all. Did you just let all of my nagging flow from one ear out to the other? Does it make you happy to be ordering all this food and pay for delivery using your husband's hard-earned money, even though he has been telling you to save up? It must be really nice just to sit pretty at home and do nothing, then order whatever you want using your husband's money. The money he earned by working like a slave. If I divorce you over this reason, because you are so bad at being a stay-at-home mom, you'd better not complain about one thing.
I bought that chicken with my own money. How dare you assume that is your money? I wanted chicken, so I bought some on my own. I paid for the entire price using my money, so stop being so childish and just leave me alone.
What? You want me to leave you alone? And what money? You aren't even working. Exactly with what money are you paying that food with?
What? Are you really that stupid to think that I don't have money? Have you ever thought about the many years that I worked before living like this? I have been working for 12 years since we got married, and you'd think I won't have any money saved up to buy that measly 6-piece fried chicken? If you couldn't even think of that simple context, how are you surviving at your workplace? With the inflation and everything, you think $1,000 is enough for us? Even if all we do is eat, sleep, and wake up, that's $1,000 is nothing. You know, you sound so pathetic enforcing your savings tips on your wife and daughter and saying you are the provider in this household. Just say you aren't earning enough, if that's the truth.
Wait, but didn't you say that you have no money at all? You said that the $1,000 I gave you isn't enough, so you've been using your own savings little by little? I really thought that you had no money left because when I asked you if I could borrow some money because my brother needed extra money to start his business, you said that you had no money left. You were really firm in telling me that you had no money left so that you couldn't help with that. Wow, I cannot believe you tricked your own husband with money. You are one cunning person, aren't you? You had money in your savings all this time, yet you couldn't help your brother-in-law who was having a hard time.
Your brother, who has no real plans and just does things on a whim, cannot be trusted. How will I know he will repay back the money I lend him? I just couldn't imagine giving him any money knowing that I might not get it back at all. So why in the world would I lend my savings and retirement money to an immature and financially illiterate brother-in-law?
They say that women are the most cold-hearted people in the world, and they were right about that. If you really had that much money, then hand it over to me and let me take care of it. I'll invest it and give you more returns than you could ever imagine.
There is no way I am trusting you with my money. I am smarter than that. It is much safer and better for me to put my money with the help of a financial advisor in the bank.
Put your money in the bank? That's barely gonna earn you anything. The interest will give you back just a few cents. Are you kidding me? If you aren't getting a lot of returns on your money, it's the same thing as not earning anything, and that'll get spent easily. Especially with someone like you who likes to buy new stuff and always ordering food. Your money will be gone in no time.
Are you still not over that one time I ordered food with my own money? I have enough money to buy myself and my daughter some delivery chicken, okay? So we will eat it happily and however we want.
That is what I'm saying. You are only a stay-at-home wife. How exactly are you affording spending like that? It costs so much for the delivery fee.
I am earning twice as much as you are, so please stop questioning how I have money to buy things I want to buy.
What? Twice as much? What exactly are you doing to be earning way more than I am? You aren't working at some bar or pub and getting money from old men, are you?
What? You are seriously so disgusting. You are the one out there giving out money to those poor girls working at the bar. Don't project your ugly self on me.
What did you just say? You better be careful with what you say.
You know, I've seen all those receipts from the bar, right? Like hundreds of them. I also saw so many receipts of you buying really expensive luxury bags and makeup. I saw it all. And that is actually not all. You even got her a place, and now you are having to maintain 2 households at once with 2 women? Is that fun for you? You barely have any money to spare, yet there you are, trying to keep up with 2 separate families. And you tell me to eat less, spend less, shower less, because you don't have enough money to give me? Yet you are the one overspending to betray me. You have no right to tell me what to do. You're less than garbage, full of bird poop for buying some random prostitute a $1,000 wallet. When you throw a fit at your wife for buying your own daughter a $50 coat that she needs so she doesn't die from frostbite, you're easily the worst human being ever.
Did you have someone follow me or something? You really are one scary lady. You surprise me every time.
I have been raising our child all on my own. Do you think I don't have the capability to do something like that on my own too? I gathered all the evidence on my own with my own 2 hands and feet. I followed you all the way from your work to that other girl's apartment and saw everything with my own 2 eyes. I somehow ended up talking with an older lady near the playground by the apartment, and she told me everything she knew about you.
Are you being serious right now? That old lady is so rude and will just blab about anything. You have to be careful about that old lady. They're the type to just talk trash about anybody if you're not a resident in that apartment complex. So I don't even believe that she cared to talk to you about anything. Stop lying, Paula.
She probably hated you because she knew what you were doing with that bar girl, and she realized how much of a trashy person you are. I am the legal wife, so when I asked her about that girl and you, what her apartment number was, and everything, and if she noticed when you started coming here, she told me everything. She was super ecstatic to tell me everything she saw, and she wanted to really help me out because she knew what kind of garbage you two are. She said that it didn't take long for you two to act like a couple, holding hands and laughing, like you weren't cheating on your wife and betraying your daughter. That old lady even took photos for me and sent them to me. She was ready to help me like I was her own daughter, and she wanted the best for me. I was super thankful for her help, and I was so touched at how caring she was toward me, knowing what I was going through at home.
No wonder I was always so wary of how those old ladies looked at me. They were always looking at me with the most hateful eyes. I can't believe at their age they would be doing something like that. But what now? What are we supposed to do about all of this? I earned the money I used. It was my own money. Is it wrong to use my own money how I want to?
You know what? You're right. I didn't do anything wrong, so let's just get divorced and then you can use all your money the way you want without anybody nagging you. Just make sure you're going to pay the alimony and child support so we can finish the divorce as fast and as smoothly as possible.
What? Divorce? Are you sure you're gonna survive off of your little savings after divorcing me? Do you know how hard it is to live in this world without a man? You're just saying that because you haven't experienced a life without me.
A life with a man? A life where I feel safe, at peace, and secure? Are you talking about that kind of life? Well, I'll tell you this now. I never, not once, ever felt those while being with you. I was only avoiding divorce all this time because I didn't want my daughter to grow up without a father in her life. I didn't want her to be hurt and traumatized over something like this at her young age. You never made me feel safe or secure during our entire marriage. Never. You know that, right?
What? Are you trying to act all superior over me now just because you're 3 years older than me?
My mom told me not to marry a man younger than me, and I should have listened to what she said. I have been regretting that decision ever since. But still, I wanted to show my parents that I could take responsibility over my decisions, and so I had no choice but to endure the last 12 years that I was with you. But now I am at my wit's end. I just cannot do all this with you anymore.
Yes, sure, but how in the world are you gonna raise my daughter and feed yourself if you divorce me? You won't have any money for that.
I have been investing for a while now and earning way more than you are. What kind of ignorance are you spitting out right now? My previous employer knows about what happened with me, so they were kind enough to help me invest my money. Fortunately, my previous workplace had a huge order last month and had super high profit, so I earned a lot from that deal too.
Is that true? Are you being serious right now? Then that is enough reason not to divorce you. Now that I know that you're this smart and intelligent woman, I will cut ties with that other girl and stay with you instead. But you know, I've always known it from the start that you are the woman for me. I always saw it in your eyes that you're such an intelligent and smart woman from the moment we first met. From now on, my eyes are only for you and no one else. You believe me, right? So please stop saying that we're gonna get a divorce. I promise, you, our daughter Maria, and I will live happily ever after, okay?
Yeah, sure. But you know, I am allergic to liars like you, so I am sorry to say that I cannot live with liars.
No, but Paula, how can you say something so hurtful like that? Remember our wedding day? We swore we'd be together forever, for better or worse.
Ew, don't make me vomit. You're the worst, and it's better to get a divorce. Just stay away from me. You disgust me. After what happened, I filed for divorce and got a settlement and alimony from my ex-husband. He insisted and tried to beg me not to go through with the divorce, and he thought he was going to get me to crumble and listen to him. 12 years ago, he wanted me to marry him, so he begged me and got me pregnant so I would have to marry him. Thinking back, he manipulated me back then too. But then 12 years later, he cheated on me and became this pathetic guy who thinks he can manipulate me into submitting to his own desires and just listen to whatever he says. I ended everything with a clean slate when my 12-year-old daughter told me very piercing words. Now that he is single and is living his life happily the way he wants to, he still hasn't left me and my daughter alone. He drinks heavily and calls me and Maria, saying that he misses us badly. He whines and cries, the whole shebang. He says that he still has feelings for me, but those words mean nothing to me now. They have no power or influence in my heart anymore. It is hard for me to completely cut him off because at the end of the day, he will always be the father of my child, but from now on, I will never talk to him about anything other than him seeing his daughter from time to time.